So today we are going to discuss 2020 A-level paper, and the question is going to be the circles and the straight line. So the very first question they have asked you is to obtain a simple thing like obtaining the equation of the straight line. So many of you know how easy it is, right? So if we have A which has the coordinate of 1 and 2, this has coordinate 1 and 2, and B is going to be coordinate 3 and 3. Okay, so now if you do not know, this is x and this is y, this is the x and this is y. So to obtain the equation of the straight line, first we should know what the gradient is. What is the gradient? So the gradient is actually going to be A. So the gradient is actually going to be N, A, B. We represent gradient by this notation, and take the difference of the y coordinates first and subtract it, and take the difference of the x coordinates and subtract them. Y is going to actually, it's 2 here, and here this is 1. So this is going to be half. So the gradient of the straight line is half, and now you should find the equation of the straight line in x minus x naught, y minus 2 is going to be half, m is x minus 1. 2y minus 4 is equal to x minus 1 and equals 0, x minus 2y plus 3. This is the equation 1. So this is what they have asked in the very first question. Let's get on with the next question. The next question says that they say that there are two straight lines passing through this point A, making an angle pi by 4. So obviously there is only two lines passing this point A at the same time. So let's draw those two straight lines. One straight line is going to be like this. One straight line passes like this, and the other straight line passes like that. So the first straight line and the second straight line both have the same angles, pi by 4 and pi by 4, which is 45 degrees. And how to find this? Now this is how you find it. You use the simple equation like this. Tan theta is equals to m1 minus m2 over 1 plus m1 m2. So tan theta is given, theta value is given as pi by 4 or 45 degrees, pi by 4 radians. So tan pi by 4 is equals to half minus m 1 plus half m. Modulus is included here. So we know that tan pi by 4 is going to be equals to 1. So therefore, I will continue the rest right here. 1 is equals to 1 minus 2n over 2 plus n. Still modulus. So in order to eliminate the modulus, we should square both sides. So when we square both sides, we will get that 2 plus n squared, because 1 squared is obviously 1, right? So therefore we do not have to mention that. So is equals to 1 minus 2 squared. This is going to be 4 plus 4m plus m squared is equals to 1 squared, and this is going to be minus 4m plus 4m squared. So this is going to be equals to 0, and here we get minus 3, and here we get 8m plus 3m squared. And the next thing which we got to do is find the factors of it, and we should put them in brackets, right? We should factorize them. So the way to factorize is 0 minus 3 minus 9m plus m plus 3m squared. The next thing which you have to do here is that you have to put them into the brackets. 3m will be out, and here m here minus 3 minus plus 1 and m minus 3. So now we have that this is going to be equal to 3m plus 1 and m minus 3 equals 0. So m is going to be equal to minus 1 over 3 and m is equals to 3. So therefore there are two gradients. This is how we found the gradient, and this gradient is, one gradient is of this kind and the other is for that. So we should also find the equations of these two straight lines. So that's why we've actually found the gradients. The next thing that we got to do in order to find the rest is that you should again use this equation y minus y naught. I'll do that here. Y minus y naught is equals to m x minus x naught. Excuse. So y minus y naught is equals to mx minus x naught. Y minus 2 is going to be minus 1 over 3x minus 1. This is going to be 3y minus 6 is going to be equals to minus x plus 1. So x plus 3y minus 7 is going to be equal to 0. Y minus y naught equals mx minus x naught. Y minus 2 is going to be equals to 3x minus 1. Y minus 2 is going to be 3x minus 3. 3x minus y minus 2 minus 3 is going to be, we took it to this side and we should, this is it, right? So these two are the straight lines which you will obtain. I forgot my black marker. So this will be the straight line you obtain. Make sure you have it as L1 and L2. Let's check if the answers are correct. Let's check once again if our method was correct. So in here we had x plus 3y and this was taken. Yes, that's true. And 3x minus y minus 1, get this. So up to here you will get some marks, and yes, up to here you will get around 35 marks. As I checked, yes, you will get about 30 to 35 marks to this point. So the next question they ask is that we should write this the equation of the straight line L in parametric form. What is this parametric form? Yeah, I'll teach you that simply like this. So parametric is the parameter they have said is that we should take t as a parameter. This is how you consider this. So we found that the gradient of this straight line AB was half. Therefore, in order, we should mark y minus 2 is equals to x minus 1, and something is missing. That's true. The gradient is missing. We should include the gradient and put half. Right. So y bar minus 2 1 is equals to x bar minus 1 over 2 is equals to t, where t is the real parameter, right? They have given that t should be the real parameter. Okay, so now we should obtain the value for x is equals to 2t plus 1 and y bar is equals to t plus 2. So the parametric coordinates is that 2t plus 1 and t plus 2. So these are the parametric coordinates of the line at any point of this straight line. Yeah, I forgot to mention that these parametric coordinates could lie at any point on this straight line. For example, we can put it here, we can put it here. In this straight line segment, it can lie anywhere in this straight line. So let's get on with the next question. So they have said that there is a circle. We should obtain the equation of the circle such that it lies only in the first quadrant and that the radius is root 10 over 2, right? The radius is root 10 over 2 and it lies on the first quadrant. Therefore, you can see that the center should always have the positive coordinates, no negative coordinates. That's what that means. So in here, what you got to do is that you got to consider this parametric coordinate as the center of the circle. Once you consider that as the center of the circle, if I draw a clear image here, there is a straight line and there should be a circle like this. So this is the equation of the circle that they are saying for us to find, such that we consider 2 plus 1 and t plus 2 as the center of the circle. So it also touches these straight lines L1 and L2 as we have obtained there. So in order to find the answer for this, you can obviously see once you see the question that the parametric coordinate at this point should be t equals plus 1, right? Should be t equals plus 1. So in order to obtain the t equals plus 1 value, this is what we should do. In straight lines, you must have learned something like this, that x plus y minus 7 over 1 squared 3 squared. This is 1 squared means 1 into x is x, so therefore 1 squared. 3 into y is, we have 3 right here, so therefore we take the square of it. This is equal to 10 root 2 is equals to modulus 1. Okay, so therefore we have root 10 over 2. So x plus 3y. For this x and y coordinates, we should substitute these values 2t plus t plus 2. You should do that in the next step. For now, I will just erase it, but you should write these two steps in your paper. So therefore 2t plus 1 and 3t plus 6 minus 7. This is going to be modulus. So in order to eliminate a modulus, we said that we should square both sides, right? We should square both sides. So therefore, instead of modulus, in the third step 3, right squared, squared, squared. This will become 10 by 4 into 10, because 1 squared plus 9, 3 squared is going to be root 10 in here. Root 10 is squared, so therefore it's 10. 10 goes to this side and it's multiplied. This and this will be cancelled off. This and this will be 5t. 5t squared will give 25t. So 25t squared. 10 and 10 is 100 and divide by 4 you will 25. 25 right here is equals to 25t squared. This and this cancels off. So therefore plus O minus 1 equals t. But if you take negative t, if you take negative 1 for these parametric coordinates which we have obtained, you can clearly see that if we take that this point, the x coordinate of the center will be minus. So it cannot be minus because they have clearly stated in the question that it should lie on the first quadrant. When it lies on the first quadrant, the coordinate should be positive, right? The coordinate should be positive. So t equals plus or minus 1, t not equals to 1, t not equals to minus 1 because circle lies in first quadrant. Lies in first quadrant. Circle lies in first quadrant. So therefore t equals 1. Now when t equals 1, you have obtained Now you obtain that the circle has the center as 1 and 1. Sorry. Circle has a center as 3 and 3. Right. So now we have obtained this. So the next thing that they have said is that we should find intercept of it. The intercept we find like this. Using, there is another equation. For now I will erase it since it's easy for me to use this side. To use the other equation, what we should do is that we should take r here and we should take g squared and f squared minus c. Now in order to find this c, we are given that radius is root 10 over 2. So when the square term comes to this side will be squared. So therefore, if I take this off, we can square this. And this will be 2 and this will be 4. G squared we obtained as 3 into 3 is 9. This will also be 9 and this will be minus c. This is 18. 10 minus 18 into 4 divided by 4 equals minus c equals minus c. Yes, it's going to be equal to minus c. So 18 times 4 is going to be this will be 2, this will be 72. So that will be minus 62 here. So in here we will obtain that the value is going to be minus 62. And there will be a 4 here, right? So therefore this will give you the answer. Minus and minus will be cancelled out. 31 divided by 2 is going to be equals to c. So that was one easy part. Let's see. Yes, answers were correct. So now we have obtained the center. Make sure you write the steps which I told you step by step. If you haven't, just go back there and make sure you write it, because I have just written simply, but I have explained the steps in which to take the answer. Make sure you copy down the way I gave the steps. So this one I will erase. So now we found c as 31 by 2. C as 31 by 2. So therefore, considering equation of the circle as x squared plus y squared minus 6x plus 31 divided by 2 is going to be equals to 0, right? 31 divided by 2. So I put minus 6x and minus 6y here, because you can see that the center of the circle is going to be 3 and 3. Will be 3 and 3, because when you divide this part by 2, then only you will obtain the center. The general equation is coming like this. You should divide this by minus 2 in order to obtain the center. So if you divide this by minus 2 and divide this by minus 2, you will get positive 3 and positive 3. So therefore you have your answer right there. So next question they ask you to find So next thing what they are asking you to find is that you should consider A and B as the ends of a diameter of a circle. So therefore that one you obtain like this. Y minus y naught is going to be is 1, y minus y2 is going to be plus x minus x1 and x minus x2. So y minus 2 and y minus 3 plus x minus 1 and x minus 3. X squared plus y squared minus 4x plus minus 5y plus will be the equation of the next circle. Let's check the answer script because I'm reading the Sinhala text and I think might be correct. Yes, it's correct. So yes. Yeah, the next thing which they ask you is to prove that this is to show if these two circles intersect orthogonally. What do you mean by orthogonally? I will explain right here. So if I consider two circles right here, orthogonal means that the tangent of the second circle and the tangent of the first circle will intersect each other perpendicularly. So therefore, we will get this. So the condition required for two circles to intersect orthogonally is that I'm sure that you must have learned it before, is 2g1 by g2 plus 2f1 f2 equals c1 plus c2. So in here we have 9, right? 9 because minus 3 into minus 2 is 6, minus 3 into 1 minus 1 is going to be 3, 3 plus 6 is 9. So therefore we have 9 here, and the first circle which we obtained was 31 by 2 plus half, and this one should be also divided by 2. This the center of this circle number 2 is going to be positive 2 and 5 over 2 because we should divide this by minus 2 in order to obtain the center of that circle. So in here you can see that 2g1 g2, and here you should put that this is going to be 3 into 2 plus 2 into 3 into 5 by 2. These 2 and these 2 can be cancelled off. 3 into 2 is 6, 6 into 2 is 12, 3 into 5 is 15. See, this one will be 31 plus 18 divided by 2. So 12 plus 15 is going to be 17, 12 plus 15 is going to be 27, 12 plus 15 is going to be 27, and 27 into 2 will give you 54. This will give you 54 and this will give you 59, not equals to. So this will give, yeah, right, this will be 49. So the two circles are not orthogonal. You should clearly mention in your answer script, in your working, that these two circles are not orthogonal. If not, you will lose 5 marks for if you haven't written the condition. And this will be the entire question. Let me check if there is any more parts. Yeah, that's it. So that's the full question. So up to here you will get 150 marks. This is a very easy question. You can manage easily, and make sure you watch the video well and write down the steps accurately. And if you have doubts or any comments, you can leave down in the comments down below. Thank you.